안녕하세요, 매츠입니다. Today I'm going to talk to you about Norwegian public transport. The transport system is not that bad actually, but the biggest issue is that it's very expensive. Most tourists will get quite shocked when they realize that they have to pay around maybe $5 or $6 for a single ticket. Buses or the trams or the subway doesn't go as often, so maybe every 10 or 15 minutes only. So it's very different from Korea where everything comes every 2 or 3 minutes and the transport system is very cheap. Much less people use cars today. That's mainly because of the environmental issues and people are becoming more aware of this and they want to be more environmentally friendly. So they tend to leave the car at home and then they will take the public transport to work, for example. So we have a wide selection. We have buses, ferry, trams, the city tram, which is blue, the subway system, there's bicycles. I would usually take the bus and subway a lot, but for people traveling to Oslo, I'd recommend taking the tram because in Oslo you get to see all the buildings and from street view, which is quite nice. The cheapest alternative, I don't think it actually matters too much. It's generally the same price for the different both the tram and the subway and the bus. We also have electric scooters in a lot of the bigger Norwegian cities. So these have become new alternatives to how you can get around in the city. And they tend to be a bit cheaper if you go maybe shorter stretches. Taxi is very, very expensive in Norway. That's the last option for most Norwegians. Just to get into a taxi in Norway from the street, around $6-7. And then depending on if it's Saturday at nighttime, on a holy day or something, then it would get very, very, very expensive to take a taxi. Yeah. Well, Uber was present in Norway for a while, but then it was deemed illegal by the government, so now they're not actually operating there anymore. Well, the government wasn't really happy about Uber because they took a lot of business away from the taxi industry, so they wanted to protect this. Actually, in Norway, we have some other special transports as well. City Council in Oslo, they're currently running a test operation for self-driving buses. And one bus is actually called Mats, same name as me, and the other one is a girl bus, and it's named Oda. I think the funniest part about public transport etiquette in Norway is that everyone likes their personal space. So say you're waiting for the city tram to come and it's raining or it's snowing, people will not get close underneath the roof of the bus stop or the tram stop. They will be spread out individually and try to have give each other personal space. And when you then get on the tram, if there's a lot of available seats, you choose your own seat and you should not dare to sit next to someone else. That's people don't like that in Norway. So you have to, if there's a vacant seat where no one's sitting, sit there. Don't sit next to someone else just because you're too lazy to go the back of the tram, for example. Well, sometimes when I get on the bus from university, I'll sit down and then on the next stop, some Korean old man is coming and there's a lot of available seats and he chooses to sit right next to me. And that always makes me a bit confused why he wouldn't sit somewhere else. Yeah. Another quite cool thing about public transport etiquette in Norway is, say you're sitting at the window and then you have a person next to you and you need to get off. We don't say, excuse me, I have to get off. You simply lift your bag up from the floor and you put it on your lap. By doing this, it's signaling to the person next to you that, hello, I'm getting off on the next stop. And then that person will usually maybe adjust their bag or something to signal that, I know I've seen that you want to get off at the next stop. I'm preparing to let you go as soon as the bus stop. Thank you so much for listening. Skål!